I'll be the first to tell you, I neglected these for years.
Yeah, bro, by week 4, your d***'s probably gonna stop working. Because if the situation was hopeless, their propaganda wouldn't be necessary.
Alright, I'm up. So I've woken up, I've weighed myself, and now the next thing to do is to take the new supplements that Alex gave me. Put a little bit of electrolyte powder in the water just to get me going. There's really nothing like popping pills and L-carnitine first thing in the morning.
So we got some pretty important things that we got to do today. We're on the way to the gym to hit some freaking legs. Today is a really great day because it's leg day, but it's not because it's leg day. It's just because I don't have to do cardio in the morning. That's just 40 minutes that I can spend doing literally freaking anything else. For a while, I was going about leg day without much caffeine at all, mostly just being pump focused. That honestly doesn't work anymore. There's so much fatigue that's come along with this cut that now I need to caffeinate up whenever I'm doing legs. I'm trying not to become a stimulant junkie, but everything is just getting harder. People close to me, unfortunately, are now kind of seeing like a difference in my demeanor and energy levels. They're like, are you okay? And yes, I'm good. I'm just hungry. No, brother, I'm not depressed. I'm just cutting. This is gonna be the same leg day as usual. One thing that I've noticed in my workouts that I'm trying to do a lot better on is I'm letting intensity slip from me a little bit. I mean, I'm still pushing very hard during my sets, but I'm slowing down. I'm letting my rest times just go on a little bit too long just because I got to muster up the will, the energy to freaking get it done. So that's why I'm slamming a little extra caffeine today. Nothing crazy. We're probably talking 250 milligrams of caffeine plus some good pump in there. I'm close to 7 weeks out at this point, so I'm starting to feel it. I was just talking to a more experienced bodybuilder last week who was saying, yeah, bro, by week 4, your d***'s probably going to stop working. To be honest, I don't even feel far off from that. I feel like this now. What is it going to be like in a few weeks? The answer is worse, apparently. There was a period in time where I felt like I was able to mitigate this like horrible buildup of fatigue during my workouts because I added in intra. So I was having some Gatorade powder and amino acids in the middle of my workout, which I still do. But that feeling I got in those first few workouts, that feeling of just feeling rejuvenated and energetic, that's kind of gone now. Now I feel like I'm more or less back to my baseline. I'm still gonna take the aminos and dextrose because I would probably feel even worse without it. It's just, it doesn't do what it used to. Listen, this is the struggle of being a natural lifter. Even hypothetically, if I or somebody else was on PEDs, cutting sucks no matter what, but sometimes having a little bit of extra test or whatever other compound it might be would help out just a little bit. I don't got none of that. So my test levels, I'm sure, are dropping right now a little bit. They will rebound once my diet's a little more normal again, but for now they're gonna be on the lower side.
I'll be the first to tell you, I neglected these for years. When Alex first put these in my program, I was maybe on like the 30-pound mark on the stack, and I've grown up to like 90. But this was a rough transition after doing jack shit for adductors for like the first 10 years of my lifting career. I guess the hard part about setup here is figuring out like where I'm gonna put this camera, right? So it's one of those deals where like, to make sure I'm not invading anybody else's privacy and to keep it solely on me, I had to keep it right in front of me. I guess the consequence of that is it gets all of me. During this set, I mean, there might be a lot of editing I gotta do as far as throwing up a censored bar over the whole Santa's sack action going on. All right, and this is a position I've been in. I couldn't even tell you how many times I've sat down to freaking rap before a heavy set of squats. But there's always that like lingering anxiety where the heart rate's getting real high with or without pre-workout. And a lot of times a pre-workout makes it even worse, but it still gets you through the set. There's this anxiety of, one, I gotta do better than I did last time, but then two, I gotta do better than I did last time, plus not shit my pants. Last time I got 5 reps, so goal today is gonna be freaking 6, but well aware it's not gonna be easy.
official Jacked and Pilled Quadfather t-shirt is all kinds of soaked up with sweat right now, because that was a pretty nasty leg day, and these are getting tougher freaking week by week. I know that a big thing that I set out to do today was to move a little bit faster. That didn't quite happen the way that I thought it would, if I'm being 100% honest, holding myself accountable. I'm slowing the down, and these intersections are freaking busy. I'm gonna tell you that right now. There's nothing like the stress of like waiting to hit a set on leg press, and then the stress of like waiting to turn at an intersection when there's oncoming traffic, but then there's also somebody right behind you who you know is getting annoyed that you haven't turned yet. There's an extent to which I am a conversational risk taker. Sometimes I say things that I shouldn't, and it can rub people the wrong way, but I do not take driving risks. I'm not a fan of that, not one bit. Oh, hold on. Oh, we're turning. Boom. We made it. Look at that. Now that was a flawlessly executed U-turn. There's always this thing, you know, when there's people driving the big trucks, usually it's this dude who's either driving way too slow to prove a point or driving way too fast also to prove some kind of point. I drive a van, and you know what I do? I drive like a human being. It's like on the road, people tend to forget that we're all human beings, and people aren't very nice to each other a lot of the time. I've really noticed that, so do better, America. You gotta be nice to each other on the roads. But even though this shirt might be all kinds of stanked up right now, I got more at home because I can go put on my white privilege shirt, my Jacked and Pilled shirt, my post-bolt clarity shirt, my Day of the Shred shirt, or my American Southwestern Nationalism shirt, and you can get all those too, because I'm sure if you're watching Jacked and Pilled, you're sweating, you're stinking up your shirts, and you need backup. So to get your official Jacked and Pilled merchandise, go to jacked-pilled-shop.fourthwall.com. Pick up your Jacked and Pilled merchandise today. So the truth of the matter is this is gonna get rough. I had a lot of people look at my physique at 8-9 weeks out and say, brother, you're not gonna make it. You are not tracking well. And at the time, they were right, and they might still be right. But earlier this week, my record low weight was 190.5 pounds, and Alex estimates that my onstage weight's gonna be 183. So that's about 7 pounds away, averages out to about 1 pound per week that I have to lose. And I think I'm pacing okay with that, because my current rate of loss is 2 pounds per week, and the program, whether it's diet or additional cardio, probably will change as we get closer to the show. So that just goes to show you, even if things aren't looking well at the beginning of the journey, even if you think you might not make it across the finish line, you feel like you got to step it up, you step it up and you make it across the finish line. It doesn't matter what anybody tells you. If you have people like Matthew who tell you you're not ready, you tell him, never tell me the odds, all right? Because if the situation was hopeless, their propaganda wouldn't be necessary. Globalist stooges like Matthew, deep state stooges like Matthew wouldn't be trying to take down a real American man and demoralize me, okay? You can't demoralize a Natty Crusader, all right? My morale is as high as it freaking gets, brother. Because the reality is, this train is not stopping. And at this point, I think the miracle might just come, and I might just be ready enough to hop on that stage. And if you want to keep following the journey, click the like button, drop a comment, share this video, and subscribe to Jacked and Pilled Brothers. And then make sure to hit that bell so you get notified, so you can keep following the journey, because the Natty Crusade is not going to stop. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for following me on another leg day. I've been the Natty Crusader, John Collins. I'll see you on July 19th, and I'll see you before then too, and I'll see you next time.